Hello,
Hey,
Ashley.
good morning. Recording in the
Morning.
morning.
9 a.m. I had half of my coffee, guys. So I'm ready to rock and roll with a question. Are you ready?
I'm
Okay.
ready.
If you had to choose one giant safari animal to become pet sized and be your pet, what would you choose?
Giant safari animal.
Yeah, like we don't want to go with some small animal. And no, like it's got to
A
be a little bit
giraffe.
exaggerated. That's my answer
Is
too.
yours a giraffe? Imagine just like a 2 foot long neck, but the body's only like 6 inches.
Yeah, I like if me and you were just walking around with our pet giraffes, that'd be so iconic.
They're walking
Yeah,
and like it could play with Miss Puppy and get all necky and stuff. It would be so cute.
we could have them sit in like heart necks or something and do a photo shoot on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I think that's a perfect answer. So I'm complete. And listeners, let us know what you would choose. But
Yes.
we are here at Parallel Paths Pod. Welcome to the pod. This is a podcast where two amazing women share their life and musings from the lens of authenticity, vulnerability, spirituality, and always hilarity. I'm your host, Kelsey, and I'm joined by the beautiful Ashley.
Hi guys. Welcome back.
Hi.
So we missed a week. I'm sure you noticed.
Yeah, we're tracking every moment.
There life has just been a little chaotic over here. But we're setting up a new system. We're going to start recording 2 a week starting next week hopefully. But just wanted to say thank you for being patient. And if we miss one more week, it's not cuz we're falling off, it's just because life is happening. We've got some stuff going on with my partner's mom and we're figuring it out and all is well, but yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Hi. I know I missed
I
everybody. The
I
spirit of our
know.
community I just needed to be with a little bit more and you. So this is
We
great.
needed to be here. Amazing. So today we're gonna introduce a new segment for the peepees that will tie into our topic for the day. But after we introduce the segment, we're going to discuss a fun little game, our favorite neurodivergent things about us. Is that what we'd call it? Or funny
Yeah, or
things or
top neurodivergent things we do, something
top
like that.
okay, like our top experiences as in yeah, what our neurodivergence is. Speaking of neurodivergence, as I just said, I've been a little dyslexic this week, and I don't know if it's the stars or my neurodivergence.
Both.
Um, and then we'll hit our topic, which is failure.
Mm.
So, to launch right into the new segment, we kind of discussed this a few episodes ago. We lightly hit it and we said, "Ooh, we're gonna do that as a segment for the PPs after gratitude." Well, gratitude's wrapped up. Don't stop doing it, but we're going to start talking about our failures. So, if you are feeling ever so bold and willing to take a healthy risk, drop in the comments or send us a message if you want to be anonymous about your failures from the week. And hopefully, after we discuss and kind of break this down today, it'll feel a little more jovial to be discussing your failures. Why not?
Honestly, it will be a celebration of failure after you listen to this episode. So you're welcome,
You're
everybody.
welcome. We are bringing nothing but love around failure. Okay, so should we do our failures for the week?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we were kind of table setting ourselves before this, and I was telling Kelsey, I'm like, well, I can think of so many things, but this kind of goes into what I wanted to mention today. So I'm going to keep it simple for now. And then they'll get, I'm sure, a little more complex based on what me and Kelsey and you guys uncover during this episode. So my failure for the week is a failure to communicate. I had something go on and I needed to express it, but I was worried about hurting someone else's feelings. Even though there was no malice around it and I understood where they were coming from. And so I just let myself suffer and get a little bitter.
Oh,
I know. Boo. No.
boo, no, boo, Ashley suffering. Yay,
Boo.
failure.
Yay, failure. Because reflection.
A little bit of data for the girl. That's
Amazing.
okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to just chat more in depth about how failure can be so helpful and elucidating and why it was great. I'll go. My failure is so I'm now working part-time in corporate, which is awesome. I've had so much space to like go on dates, do photo shoots, hang with friends, do things. But I was like, all right, I'm going to set up a new system for cleaning because I usually do a big deep clean like once a week, but it takes a long time. So I was like, I'll set up a system. I'll do like one room every day, whatever. It'll be great. I'll be so on top of it. Totally didn't do it. Failed to do that completely. I will say this week, the chaos, it's the eclipse week. I have been very affected by this
Literally.
energy. I
Oh,
have been
have you?
very affected. I fell asleep in the middle of the day of the eclipse. Like, not even just, "Oh, I'm gonna be cute and silly and take a nap." My
I'm
body was
gonna be
giving
cute and
out.
silly.
Because I don't nap, I don't chill, I don't slow
Yeah, you
down.
don't.
I laid in my bed and just became unconscious and then woke up for a second, probably 5 minutes later, and then set an alarm for 1 minute before my next meeting.
I'm so happy for you. That's cool. So you were processing, like, this is changing some stuff for you.
Yeah, oh
I
my
did see
gosh,
a
yeah.
video about that, like, "Hey, you might be super tired, like, that's good,
Mm.
you're right in line." So good for
Energetically
you.
aligning, yeah, so the cleaning went out the window. I have a washed comforter that I, like, hung up in my kitchen, just spread it out to dry, that's been sitting there for 2 days, so if
Amazing.
you see that in the background of my outfit checks, no, you didn't.
You know what? I also heard, and granted, like, I take everything with a grain of salt, but I take everything in. And I saw something about, like, don't clean, don't have this big, huge day, like, the energy of the horse or this new year is about riding on the back of what you've created and, like, letting the horse carry you forward, so efforting isn't really it today. And I efforted. I Me and Kyle had the day off, we had a lot to do. We cleaned the house. Like, it was fine, I'm not mad I did that, but I loved that. So, good for you for not. A beautiful intention, and I'm glad you failed at it.
I am too, and that's on having a ride or die friend that said I actually saw something online that said you shouldn't clean. I
Yes.
love it.
Real quick, can you show everyone your shirt? Can we show everyone our shirts, actually? I
Yes.
didn't
Yeah,
even
you
reveal
start.
mine.
We're
You
really in
start.
a shirt hive today. Yes, Ashley. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kitty cat tarot. Look how angry. And this
Ashley, that is
isn't, yeah,
so iconic. It's
iconic.
Scorpio moon loves animals down. That's amazing.
Got it in Salem.
Wow.
Alright.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah. Okay, to
mine is
show everyone your shirt.
this is my new personality. I need you to view the video if you're an audio listener. It's my Puma shirt. It's a little tank top.
Oh, the P on the side.
So actually, yeah, so we described for audio listeners, Ashley's shirt's a cat, tarot, scorpion. Mine is a tank top with a zip down the middle with big, loud red Puma letters and then like zany prints on the side. It
It's
is my
so good.
personality. I might just record it every week. So
This is what she'll be wearing forever.
it's also my black era.
Yeah. Ugh. The other
Comfort,
day,
yeah.
you were wearing it with black leather pants and your leather boots.
Mhm. And by the
Insane.
other day, she said the other day, it was yesterday.
I didn't wanna call you out. Lizzie
No, it's
McGuire,
so
you are an outfit repeater.
that's what's up.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
so if you have a fun shirt, please send it our way. If you wanna wear black, I'm so into it right
Please do it.
now.
We are both wearing black too.
Yeah. Even though we're just exiting Valentine's Day season, so I did lock in and wear pink for a little bit, not gonna lie.
Cute. Cute, cute,
Alright,
cute.
I wanna move to our neurodivergent
Let's do it.
segment.
Okay, you start. So this is top neurodivergent attributes we exhibit.
I said things I do, so if we took a different
Perfect.
approach, that's neurodivergent coded. I'm gonna start my first one is interpreting things literally, so I might have done
There
this
it
wrong.
is. Whatever
No,
it is.
I just added that, guys. Okay, I have 4 additional. Number 1, I eat the same foods every day. So you will see a routine on my meals. I'm very happy with it. I don't get bored of my food. I remember when COVID was hitting and people were like at home complaining about having to make food every meal. I was like, I'm gonna eat the same food I eat every day
Me.
for life.
Yeah.
Literally no problem. I love this. No, actually, every so often things shift a little bit, but then I'll stay in the new
Yeah,
routine.
you stay with it.
Okay, number 2 is I have to make all of my lights really dim. I have extreme light sensitivity that is it's very, very clear if you like, any partners that's been with me in my house a lot is like, "Wow, we have to sit in the dark all the time." And when I manifested my house for another day, I came to view it, and the landlord had just done some renovations, and he put a dimmer switch in every room, and I knew it was for me. So I you're welcome that the light's on because this is painful, and it will be back off after this recording. Number 3 is my very special interest in animals, especially dogs. I have received a little bit of feedback from my friends that maybe I should talk about dogs less on dates, but I don't want to, so I probably won't. But I really,
Don't do
really like
that.
No, I mean, that's the thing about dating is you have to just act like yourself.
Literally. Because if it was all performing, then for what?
Like, some people
Then for what?
said, "What if you're too masculine, blah, blah, blah." I want to get more into my feminine, to be clear, so I think that's interesting to consider how to continue to get that energy there, but I'm not gonna go on a date and try to pretend I'm a little bit different energetically than I am, that's not gonna work. So, you're gonna have to talk about safari animals as pet size if you're on a date with me. Um, my last one is when I get tired, I can see the electricity in the air very strongly.
Mm,
So, I've heard that's a neurodivergent hive,
that's cool.
circumstance. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't experience that.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I thought that everyone could see all the electricity in the air when they got tired because that's what happens.
That's what happens when you're just sleepy.
When you get tired, you just see, like, basically as if it's a night sky with no light and it's just all stars. That's how the room looks to me when I get tired. It took I don't know the age when I learned that that wasn't everyone, but adult. Post-college, 100%. I tr I never talked to anyone
Well,
about
right,
what
why wouldn't you think that? Right. No, it makes sense because that's your only experience, like, what do you have to compare it to?
I might have even seen it on a neurodivergent, like, platform or something, and I was oh, we aren't all seeing that when we're tired.
Okay,
Wait, I have a bonus one.
please.
I wanna ask you, when you hear the joke, "Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side?" What does that mean to you?
Nothing. It
Yeah.
means a chicken crossed a road.
I just saw that it's supposed to mean the other side is in heaven, and if you're neurodivergent, you're gonna think it means crossing the road.
Oh, to get to the other
I
side is heaven. What?
yeah, yeah.
This question? What a fun I'm so glad you brought that, that's so funny, and I please comment, y'all, if you were like, "Crossroad chicken," to
If
get to the
you
other side of the road
knew
chicken.
if you knew or didn't know, I we have to talk about
We have to
this.
know.
This is life-changing information this week.
I do in one of the autism tests I took, there were a lot of questions of, like, what does it mean when someone wears their heart on their sleeve? And, like, I couldn't fathom that until adulthood.
Yeah,
Like, things
yeah,
like that, I'm like, someone has a Velcro heart on their sleeve to
right.
let everyone know that they're loving.
They embroidered a shirt, mama. Yeah. Same
Yeah.
thing on one last one. I know I keep saying that. Like, honk if you like bananas or whatever.
I'm gonna honk.
Apparently it doesn't mean if you like bananas, it means, like, if someone's honking at them because they cut them off, it's like, "Ha ha, you like
Oh, you
bananas."
like bananas.
Or whatever it is. Honk if I don't know what it says. Yeah, but that there are all these things in the world that
So you're not supposed to
allegedly
honk?
no, it's like a
I'm gonna
joke.
keep honking,
So
though.
you can honk oh, because you like bananas, yeah. No, for sure. Honestly, to be honest on this one, DM below if I'm confused about that because I'll start reading stuff about, "Hey, if you're autistic, you don't realize blank," and I don't even know what's true or not, but it's supposed to be a big joke.
Yeah. So is your neurodivergence autism, or is there another
I think it's autism. Of all the things I read about female presenting autism, it's that. Like, in terms of ADHD, I mean, I'm a little bit scattered and high energy and stuff, but I can absolutely sit and lock in and do something for many, many hours very focused.
Mhm.
But the autism, like, very especially the sensory issues is one of my main issues. I have very, very extreme sensitivity to light, as we discussed, and even sound and things. It's very, very overwhelming, but I definitely have that web-like thinking and, like, emotional sensitivity too. What about
Yeah.
you?
Okay, so I am AUDHD, as they're calling it now, autistic ADHD. My therapist right now, my EMDR therapist, is also AUDHD, so she's been, like, really giving me a lot of she's like, "Oh, this that came up is this is it, and here's how these 2 combined show up in this dichotomy, and da 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 XYZ." So that's been really fun and interesting, and so far not yet super helpful in, like, here's what you do about it, but at least it's like, that's what it is. Okay, now I can recognize it when it comes up and start asking the right questions for my life to
Right.
give me the answers. Because I feel like a walking dichotomy. So, like, the number one thing I wrote down is focused and scattered. And, like, I will lock in or I cannot complete a task. But if I lock in, I'll complete the task and keep going to the point of, like, quote unquote wasted time.
Mm.
Or I just won't start. Like, I'll just it's chaos. And simultaneously, I crave routine but need novelty.
Mm,
And
yeah.
so, like, that'll show up with food. I'm very picky about food, and I'm not adventurous with food, but I want new things. So, like, I know sushi is safe for me, so I'll try different kinds of sushi, but, like, only if they have these key 5 ingredients rearranged in different ways, you know? Like, I have to
That's
find
cute.
these ways for these worlds to coexist.
Cute.
I live in movie quotes, you know this. Even though, like, I know you're not gonna get it, I have to say, "Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater," you know? Like, I'm just most of my content is movie quotes.
Cute.
I asked Kyle this morning, I'm like, "What are my top neurodivergent things?" And he's
Yes.
like, "I can name 3 from last night and this."
Yes, Kyle, yes.
So, I have to lint roll before I sit down. I don't like being dirty. I don't like the feel of animal hair on me. I'm very mm-mm. Last night, he went and, like, did whatever he ate dinner and then went and brushed his teeth and got ready for bed. He came in and, like, we were cuddling and he was holding my hand, and I was like, "What's on your hand?" He's like, "I don't know. Maybe toothpaste, maybe skincare, maybe pasta."
Oh,
And I
uh-uh.
freaked out and sprinted, like, hit myself on the way, washed my hands twice because I stickiness?
Kyle,
Yeah,
that's why I keep
terrible.
the lotion on, I can't have that on my hand. It's a struggle. I mean, I put it on my face, but I'll let my legs and body just be dry as bone
So
because I
dry.
can't take anymore.
If I know what it is and it's serving a purpose, I can do it. Like, I'll put tack on before I pole dance, but as soon as
Okay.
I'm done, it has to go away. I can't go, like, touch my steering wheel after. So, there are set times and yeah, for sure.
That's girl. Yes, girl.
Um, the last one I put is, like, if somewhere is too loud, I just say it's not a vibe, like,
Not a
"Oh,
vibe.
the vibes are off here," but really it's just 'cause it's too loud in there.
The vibes are beautiful, you're just overstimulated.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the vibes are off for you, I get it.
Vibes are off, yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
So, I think that's also why I love our spot, Bolden Creek. It's
Me too.
always, like, the perfect level of movement and change, but, like, it's not loud and packed, and it's packed outside, but it's never psycho inside.
Listen,
Perfect place.
autism coded, I'm like, "Let's go to my spot." So Ashley and I go to the same place to eat. I choose one of my 2 things. We know what's up. I know what's up. I know where I'm gonna park. I know my backup parking. I know I like the food. Everything just feels right.
Yeah.
And we have so much fun. And we went and the waitress once said, "Wow, you" what did she say? They said did she say we have beautiful energy?
Beautiful energy. You guys have
Killed the story there.
your table has beautiful energy.
Like, I can tell you 2 are just yeah, you 2 just have beautiful energy. I wanna be a part of this. I was like, "You know what?
Pull
This
up a
is a
chair.
this is my favorite spot on earth." So, with my favorite girls, this is beautiful energy, and even if the sound was a little higher, we'd still have vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Shout
Do
out
you wanna
Golden
come
Creek
sit with
Cafe.
us? We'll pull you a tarot card.
Honestly, if they could sponsor us, I would be pretty much ascending, crossing to the other side, as you will.
Sing the road. That's
I
crazy.
know.
Okay. That
We're
was a
never
fun
getting over it.
segment.
Yeah. Let us know. So just to wrap that up, we love our neurodivergent listeners and friends. If you have any goofy neurodivergent things, I want to hear about it because
Mhm,
it's a special interest of mine to learn about what neurodivergent people do.
mhm.
Neurospicy. I love that word. Neurospicy. That's a good one.
Also,
Love
we
you.
love our neurotypicals. You know what
Right.
I'm finding? I have mostly neurotypicals in my life who are just extra funny.
Yeah.
And so what I do is so funny to them, and it makes me feel even funnier. And then they also bring this levity or like, "Here's how I experience that," or so I love that. It's just so fun because if there's neurotypical and neurodivergent, then we're
Mhm.
all different. We're all
Yeah.
neurodivergent in that sense. So,
Right. Is
so fun.
Kyle technically neurotypical?
So neurotypical. Like his I had him take a couple autism tests. He was
He was
so
just like,
regular.
"No." It's just
So
like,
regular.
"What?" He's like, "I know all the jokes." Ow.
I know all the jokes, and I can be sticky.
Actually, I honestly, when you said that, I was like, "I know he's neurotypical." That's
I went and got wet
crazy.
wipes and wiped his fingers
I'm sick over
because he would
that.
have just gone to bed. Sicko.
I used to have almost all neurotypical friends, and the friends I've made since I moved to Austin are almost exclusively neurodivergent. Yeah. I don't know what like,
Hello,
I just let the freak
community.
freak flag fly, and I'm not attracting neurotypicals anymore, but neurotypicals, I love you, and some of you listening are neurotypical that I even met in Austin, so, like, it's not everyone, but the pie allocation is neurospicy.
Spicy. Love it. Love it. Alright, should we talk about failure?
Please.
Is it time?
It's time.
It's time. So, as we were talking about, what do we wanna talk about with failure? We went a couple different routes, right? Like, one was you mentioned failing fast, moving forward quickly. I mentioned celebrating failure, and I think those 2 kinda, like, play off each other. And then also, as I was pondering afterwards, I thought about, like, what is failure? So is there anything else that, because you were saying too before we started, like, it's been really fun to ponder failure. Is there any other topical heading that's come up for you? Or
Yes,
anywhere you wanna start, a nice jumping off point?
no, not necessarily where to start, but it's yeah, so we'll go into how failure is great, but we both agree celebrating failure is kind of like lukewarm take. We all know that. Lukewarm take, failure, if you're not failing, you're not expanding enough, right?
Mhm.
And then a hot take I have, just one I want to add to the list
Ooh, let's
is
go. This is for hot takes.
actually, well, you could tell it was a hot take, but I was thinking a lot about how failure, in some ways, societally, we kind of feel set up to fail because we have such a construct around talking to people about their career and their relationship or like whatever big, or their children or whatever, family. There's these couple big topics that when we're checking in with acquaintances or someone's asking how you been or we have a, quarterly brunch with a group, whatever, it seems to converge oftentimes just if you're in kind of societal, like polite conversation mode to be
Mhm.
these things. And that's just something that really stuck out as I've been pondering failure. I'm like, my call to action and the thing I want to explore is how we can encourage ourselves, our listeners, everybody to view humans as so much more complex, such that they don't feel like they're failing at life if the couple big buckets we always talk about aren't like popping off in that moment. So yeah, but it's all gonna be great. So I'm excited.
I love that. I met this woman from some European country, I forgot because I'm
Work.
uncultured. But she was like, "America is so interesting, like, everyone I meet asks me what I do for work." we don't talk about that over there, like,
Ugh.
maybe later in the
Yeah,
conversation, but we're not saying, "What do you do at networking?" Like, we're getting to know one another and
yeah.
hobbies and how we spend our time. I'm like, "Well, that is how we spend our time over here in America."
Unfortunately, maybe have
Yeah,
a vacation.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
So that
over.
that makes sense, like, also why, because we spend our time doing that, but we're so much more than that, and one more thing on that, I saw a reel the other day that was this girl recording herself, like, just like, "I hate my 9 to 5," and she's crying, and she's like, "I'm recording this so I can look back and see the change when I'm successful," and I was waiting for her to, like, leave and start her own business, and it was a bunch of videos of her swimming and riding bikes and dancing and playing and cooking, and she was like, "Here I am," and didn't even address it. What the reel wasn't even about success isn't about money or a job or whatever. It was
Mhm.
just, I was unsuccessful at this job because I was unhappy, and now I'm happy.
Oh,
Yeah. And oh, to be unemployed. Like, she was just, here's me living life, and now I'm successful. And I'm like,
I'm a more multifaceted human in my
yeah.
psyche at this point. Go
And
girl.
how
Wow.
weird. Yeah. I was like waiting for, I heard success and I'm like, "Oh, she's gonna go build something. She's gonna go build a huge brand."
Yeah, her
LOL.
career is gonna be aligned with our goal of a career now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very hot take. That was
Crazy.
a good reel.
So, what is failure? Like, when you think of failure, what is your experience, or when do you feel like that was a failure?
Yeah, it's I think a couple things. One, high level, some misalignment with my own expectations, right? So that's one. Or one, if I have this self-concept or identity or an identity I want others to perceive me that I'm not, like, living up to in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking a lot about failure as a threat to identity, right? If we tell
Oh.
ourselves,
Mhm.
"I'm so ambitious," and then we try to launch something, or so capable maybe is better for this example. We go launch something and it just doesn't work. It's like now it feels like a bigger deal if that's so tied into our identity or our expectation is it's tied to this self concept. I'm going to
Yes.
succeed and I'm going to succeed on the first try. And so people maybe overreact to some outcome that's not aligned with their expectation because their identity is threatened. So that's kind of
Yes.
how I've been like setting how it is in my brain. What do you think about that?
I so agree, and that the first one you mentioned of, like, that's kinda what I thought of when you shared your failure for the week of, like, I made an agreement or, like, something I decided I was gonna do and I didn't do it.
Yeah,
So, it was more of a, for lack of a better term, a lack of effort or a lack of showing up when you decided you were going to, and that feels more cut and dry for me, where same with mine, like, I needed to communicate and I did not. And that's the kind of failure that feels like, I would say, almost more easy for me to wrap my mind around, but the second one is the more nuanced one that I experience more and really wanna, like, pick
hmm,
apart because exactly that, like, when I first was thinking about failure, I thought about a launch I did that literally I had 6 people sign up. But
yeah,
in my mind, it was gonna be 15. And I
yeah,
just for what? For to know that it was enough, and as I pondered on it, I'm like, there would be no number that I wouldn't have been like, "I wish this person was coming," or "I wish this," and it is this,
totally.
like, it did what I make not land? Was it not enough? Do people not get it? Like, I just tie so much to the expectation, not
Yeah,
necessarily me not showing up because I did. I created the thing, I launched it. There's people there. I'm so excited. I love it. And still there's this sense of, did I do enough? Which is so funny. And that's what's hard for me to get on board with because I almost want to say, like, that's not failure. That's just some level of perfectionism in my head.
yeah.
You
I
know,
know.
but I'm experiencing it as a feeling of failure.
Right, and that's where there's an interesting delineation, like, is there even
Yes.
a way to fail? 'Cause and we could talk about how failure is
Mm.
constructive, because failure is so constructive in so many ways. I don't perceive that as failing. You don't perceive my not cleaning on my schedule as failing. I mean, that is very misaligned with my self-concept, though, of I do everything I say I'm gonna do 100% of the time. And I was like, my body went unconscious, unfortunately.
I fell victim to unconsciousness.
But what could be failure? Because okay, actually, let's go into it. What's constructive about failure? Failure reveals blind spots. It could reveal a blind spot. I mean, not in this example for you, but for a launch on like marketing, failure can is very constructive in that it is protective against things that are not aligned with our divine path or going to lead us to our highest outcome.
Mm.
Um, failure yeah, it allows our own self-concept to expand. What else is productive about failure? And then let's go back to when is failure ever valid? I don't know.
Is failure what do you mean by it is failure ever valid?
Like,
Like, is it
it's
ever
good
really failure? Is
yeah,
that what
like,
you
I
mean?
think there's probably real like, I don't think it's failure if your launch didn't have 15 people. Maybe
Right.
it's failure if you're not aligned with your values. I could go there.
Mm,
Like, "Hey,
mhm.
I speak truths to my partner, and then you don't for an ego thing, that's failure to me. Do you agree?
Yeah, yeah. I failed to be in alignment with myself and be authentic. To piggyback off our last episode, like,
Yeah.
authenticity to be authentic and to be in that state of being, I love that as a definition of succeeding. We're acting and showing up and moving in alignment with our values and what's important to us. Success. So then everything that happens, even if it feels icky as a result of that, we can look at, as you said, revealing blind spots or misalignment. I love those. You mentioned three things, but those two stood out. Like, it's either revealing a blind spot and we can look at it very logically and go, to use this example of the launch, like, okay, was there something I missed? And if I look at it logically, no. I
Mhm.
poured my heart and soul into it. It was
Yeah.
in alignment. I was in my values
Uh,
and people are there.
and benefiting. Yeah.
Cool. So it's just some self-criticism and perfectionism. Love you, see you,
Yeah.
thank you for trying to protect me. It's not about that. Or two, is it misaligned? Am I hitting my head against this wall because well, then what is misalignment? Is that misalignment with our values or just the universe redirecting us or both or either?
I
And
think
or
both. I think both, and I think it's important because I think when it's not really misaligned with our values, but it's misaligned with our divine plan,
Mhm.
then I don't think we would reflect on our actions and be like, "Oh, total failure, blah, blah, blah."
Right,
But
right.
I mean, I was thinking about failure as divine protection because of the immeasurable times in the last few years I've been trying to do something, and even in my gut been like, "This is all blowing up over and over and over because God or whoever you believe in doesn't want this for me." But yeah, so that delineation I think is important because it's like, I feel comfortable with my last few years that I've been in integrity, but
Mhm.
I had to finally use failure as a nudge to reflect on what is just bumping my head against a brick wall and say, all right, this feels bigger than me, why this isn't working, and let me redirect.
Let me redirect. That's so valid and valuable. And even sometimes, like, okay, here's another one that came up while you were sharing that. Sometimes there's just a lesson in the failure. And it's not that we're meant to pivot necessarily, but just like experiencing this level of rejection or pain or XYZ is going to nourish you as a human and propel you forward and prepare you for the thing that you're going to keep doing. For example, so that I can make this real, Kyle has been interviewing for 6, 8 months and he has a job. Like, he interviewed for 3 or 4 months, got a job that is very like mid. He's like, yeah, it's okay. It's a great intermediary. but it's like rejection after rejection after rejection, but we sit and talk like, "Do you really wanna be going on this route?" And we break down other options, and he's like, "Yes." And then we look at his astrology, and it's like, "Yeah, it's just a tough few months." And so whenever he gets this new job that he wants, that's in this field that he's been pushing and grinding in and going again and again, he's in an interview right now.
It's
Right
okay.
freaking now.
All of them.
Let me write down the time so I can cut out the swear word. Okay. Um, Whenever he gets it, somehow all the dots will connect looking back, and all of those failures, quote unquote, will have meant something for him. Whether it was just that job was misaligned or there was something so potent in him tasting the sourness of life in all of those rejections.
Honestly, when you said that at first, I was going to joke and tease you about being so Scorpio moon with that. I was like, I'm all here, fairy realness, all your failures, your angels protecting you. Ba, ba, ba." He said, drink that sweet nectar of pain. But so I was just ready. I was gonna let you talk about Kyle and then tease you down, but now I'm like, "Wait, that's a really good point. Read my dating life. It's gone horribly, but
Mm,
mama, when I meet my person, do you know how exciting and nice it's gonna feel?" And not that it wouldn't be exciting and amazing if I met someone younger, but dude, after all of these years of things just blowing up, to meet someone that's my person, that's so safe and so supportive and so wonderful, and I get to love down, it's just gonna be so much nicer. So, I guess
yeah.
I do agree on drinking the nectar of pain. That's just so crazy.
You have to taste the lemon to really know how sweet the apple is. We've talked about that too, how much I just love contrast. Like, I wanna
Yeah,
go
you
to
do.
jail for
I was
contrast.
gonna say you wanna go to jail just to yeah. I literally as soon as you said that, I was like, right, the whole wanting to go
Jail.
to let's go to jail for a few days if you didn't listen to our previous episode just to experience the contrast and appreciate her non-jail life a little
Which
more
she thinks is psycho, but she wants to go to jail for a few years.
for my routine to
For
improve.
routine and to break habits.
Mostly to just have no responsibilities except sleeping and working out. I will say, I posted a clip of that on our TikTok. Check out our TikTok, guys. Parallel Paths TikTok. Man, I hope that's the at. Someone was mad at me about that. Actually, I'm gonna look at it right now. What's the at? Like,
Yeah,
we're
let's
here.
see.
But
Let's get
they
him
were
a real one.
they were messaging like how garbage that take us. It's like, oh, that was a joke, guys.
They
Everybody
were
calm
upset
down.
that you wanted to go to jail.
Yeah. Which is
We knew we
it
were
is
gonna
what it
piss
is.
some people off with that.
I
Sorry
don't
you're
mind as
not
much.
I get it. People get
Sorry.
triggered about everything. It's fair and it's valid. I understand, and also I'm still
Correct.
gonna joke about jail.
Joke about jail is fun. Alright, it's at Parallel Paths 7.
At Parallel Paths 7. We're
That's a
also
TikTok.
we're gonna be on YouTube soon.
Yeah, we
I don't
are.
know if we were supposed to tell
Yeah!
people that, but we
Yeah,
are.
it's fun. And then we can't
Amazing.
fail at launching on YouTube. I
And
get
we'll be
there?
so excited.
See what
We
I
already
did
have
there?
failed at launching on YouTube. You remember when I spent 2 hours trying to set it up and I was like, "I don't know what's happening. We're just not gonna do it."
If you're tech savvy, let me know because I haven't been helping.
We're we're moving forward.
Oh, I know. I wanted to share a pro tip about if you're in your feels about failing. This is a little bit silly, and then we can get back
I'm
to
ready.
serious if you want.
Oh,
But if so I'm pretty self-critical, and I've actually done an incredible job the last couple years about working with my inner voice to be so much gentler. And so if I'm messing things up, I'm like, "Kelsey," out loud, "Kelsey, it's okay." But on failure, if I feel like I totally messed something up and I quote unquote failed at something, I'll just set an intention to quantum leap to a different timeline where people don't really remember that.
that's so good. That's a hack. That's one of those
Yeah.
woo-woo
Woo-woo
spiritual things
hacks.
that
Yes.
works.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, I really do believe in like quantum leaps, and parallel timelines, but I'm just like, it doesn't even have to be such an extreme leap that they don't know this happened, but it's just very fuzzy to them,
They don't
which
yeah.
honestly kind of leads to failure as in perception and identity, like from other people. That's probably something we haven't touched
Mm,
so much is that failure seems worse if we're worried about the perception of us from other people.
which is so funny because me right now building my business, I'm like, I am overall in success, quote unquote, I did the thing, I'm following my dream, and even
Over.
though I
Yeah.
feel these failures, overall I'm succeeding, and I know that there are so many people that are looking at me like, "Nope." I don't know
Really?
that actually, that's a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on, like, where I come from and my family and values and what I'm doing, I'm almost sure that they see that as misaligned and I'm being led astray
Yeah.
and, all that, which is so funny, but then I worry about my perception of, like my perception always comes back to, like, being seen as wise because I'm so young, like, really want people to see my value and, like, "Can you see it?" And
Yeah. Which I
because I'm
can,
Thank
and the
you.
listeners can for sure.
Oh, but it's so funny that it comes up because it's me doubting myself, right? Like, it'll never go away, but I'm gonna project it on others. I'm gonna hear you say that and go, "Oh, thank you," and it's so nourishing, and it goes right past that void in me because I'm gonna go, until I feel that
I
way and
know.
truly believe that,
I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
project that failure onto
Yeah,
others to project onto me. So I'm looking
totally.
for any little thing they say that could be that I could perceive as that. And it's all that perception thing is it gets so convoluted because it turns into a mirrors conversation always for me.
Is By the way, when we first started talking about mirrors, Ashley texted me that she's not really into mirrors anymore. She got too in her head about it, and we still
Yeah.
bring it up every
Yeah.
everybody is a mirror. But
Everybody is
I
a
guess
mirror.
so I guess the solve to that is and that being worrying about your perception, not you, Ashley, generally you, listener, you,
Mhm.
from other people and have that make quote unquote failure feel so much worse is just like higher self-regard.
Yes.
I mean, but
How can I love
realistically,
myself? Where is this
yeah,
coming from?
and that's a lukewarm take. Like, I don't know how to get through that any quicker. I'm like, is there a cheat? I mean, part of it is definitely surrounding yourself with people that you just trust more. That was part of the journey for me. It's like, if my world is people with a higher propensity to judge my path because of their own conditioning that they're in, I gotta probably have better boundaries of my time with that group, or I'm gonna feel that harder. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah, and simultaneously, that's an interesting conversation where we kinda derail a little bit, but I think it's worth having, like,
Yeah.
we want to be triggered. To protect ourselves from triggers is to
Right.
I mean, that goes right back to, like, how we were discussing before this, the ultimate failure is when you stop failing, when you're in your
Correct.
comfort zone. So
Correct.
being around people and being triggered to get that information and self-reflect on, like, "Oh, where is this coming from? How can I love this part of me? What's here for me to work through and love on and
Yeah.
whatever in this next layer and level of life?" But also, we don't wanna stay hanging around those people, like, we
Yeah.
don't need those wounds just consistently poked, but
Yeah.
it's okay people that love us and poke us, shout out that all day.
Not me. Don't do that to me.
Oh, that's right, you don't like that?
I am too sensitive for that. I don't need to be poked enough poking inside. No, I'm a little bit teasing because but not totally. I'm not one to tease. I mean, you could tease me, like, jokingly, but I don't need to, like, get triggered all day long. I'm so
Mhm,
like, punishing. But I
mhm.
am a little teasing because, honestly, I really resonate with the concept of putting yourself in circumstances to drink that sweet nectar of pain and test yourself in your own embodied, like, power around what you're trying to do or who you're trying to be is actually really, really important,
Yeah,
and, like, living in an echo chamber of everything you're doing is perfect isn't that expansive, and I
right.
really care about expansion, but that's a really delicate balance.
Yeah, like, how as you're sharing that, I can see if someone comes up to me, even if I love them and trust them, and they say, "Here's what I think you should be doing." I'm middle fingers up. Don't tell
I
me
do.
what I should be doing, but if someone says, "Can I give you some feedback or something I see?"
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me what you see so I can reflect and discern how I wanna move forward and how I wanna look at that quote unquote failure if it feels like that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
move through it. but don't put your shoulds on me. Do
Don't
not
shit
put your shoulds on me. Yeah.
do not all over me. I love that
Yeah.
phrase. When I heard that the first time, "Don't shit all over me," I was like, "Ah, that's so"
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Um,
I mean, that is interesting because I'm less people have so much of their own conditioning that everyone's feedback is so biased too. I think you're just better at, like, discerning that, or I'm just like, I see exactly the conditioning that's you telling me this. But
yes.
I could probably benefit from being less, like, self-penalizing and then just being more open to, like,
Mm,
more holistic feedback. I think I have so much thought around every action I take that people are like, "Well, you should consider this." It's like, "Baby, I've considered that 400 times upside
you
down
wanna
and
know
backwards
help.
on
Yeah.
Sunday. I don't need that." So
Right.
that's an
Support
interesting
feels
one.
better for you.
It does, but
Yeah.
that's a total tangent. I mean, I will we're both still failing all over the place. But yeah, it's just like how do we get to the growth edge of failure where we're not just in a little bubble, an echo chamber where we're always succeeding? I think it's very easy to construct a life where we're not taking those risks, not failing and feeling like we're doing amazing and like marketing on social media how everything we're doing is perfect. I know some people that will kind of self-aggrandize in that way, but then withhold quote unquote failures and then sort of have this skewed self-concept even. And it's like, it's really beautiful to show like, I'm taking a swing. I'm going to try something and let other people see that as an example that, you know what? They're a successful person by all accounts, and sometimes it doesn't work out. That's how you actually level up. So I think
Right.
it's really valuable, even as like an external process, to fail and show others that, yeah, you can have your ish together and also like publicly fail. And it's literally
Yeah.
no big deal at all.
Because having your ish together is just that taking aligned action. Like, everything you just
Yeah.
said was such a beautiful summation of we want to fail and what is failing forward, we'll say,
Yeah.
because we defined a few different things. But if we are taking messy action, but it's in alignment with us, do it all day. Like, it's basically getting out of this perfection mindset and
Totally.
value-based living. And then when the failure happens, being able to look at it from that, like, okay, is this a blind spot or a misalignment? And if it's
Yeah.
misalignment, is it divine protection or is it a redirection? Like, how can this be for me? And taking some time to reflect while still moving forward
Yeah.
and taking those. This is, I said healthy risks a few times. This is something I learned from Turning Leaf in my coaching education. So let me
Work.
shout them out
Shout
real
out
quick.
to leave.
Healthy, I love Turning Leaf. Healthy risks is that space. A healthy risk is something that is going to move your feet, and it's healthy because it's in alignment with who you are. It's not something you feel like you have to hide or
Yeah.
pretend
Yeah.
or fake, you know?
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think my biggest takeaway here is that, like, failure is something to have more conversation with myself around. Like, when I sense the feeling that I've tied to failure,
Mhm.
to look at, is it failure? Is it a blind spot? Or is it just me being hard on myself? Like, I wanna start having more conversations and getting really clear on, like, what is failure?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in alignment with my values? It's not, but I see
Yeah.
you X feeling, but this isn't failure.
Yeah, that's what my big takeaway is very similar. Like, how can I extricate my own self concept from failure with a little more nuance that failure, if you're taking a healthy risk and you're proud of the kind of roots of what you tried, is totally
Yeah.
aligned to your self concept. The other thing I just want to underscore before we leave is, and you touched on it because I brought this up, is failing fast, because
Mhm.
that is the other thing that kind of rewired my brain in the last year. I was reading
Mm.
something about like, "Hey, if you're gonna fail, good. You're at your growth edge. If you're gonna fail, fail faster than you think, though." Because it's a lot of people's nature to even have their ego interject a little bit like, "Hey, we tried this thing and let me tell you stories about why you should just keep trying it." And or maybe you could say this
It
relationship,
is
maybe it's about
harder.
you, or maybe this career leap was good and you don't want to leave too early, whatever it is. because my nature would be more to take the big swing and then suffer through it until it works out and show my
Mm.
ego that I'm successful. And I
Uh,
had to really slow down and say, "That's ego." Fear, as we said, it's constructive, it's elucidating shadow, it's giving feedback, the action is redirected, whatever, all the things it can do. It doesn't need years of your life and a bunch of suffering to give you those gifts.
right.
So maybe that's, my kind of
Amazing.
final call to action is, if you're listening to this and you're reflecting on areas of your life when you've quote unquote "failed," can you reflect on if you could have failed faster and had the same benefit and suffered a little bit less? Because I know I could have in my past, and so that's I'm trying to, and it's kind of it's more than kind of, it's incredibly challenging to go, I don't know, job, I took a job and left really soon. It's like that seems maybe out of integrity in some regards, and some of the projections from other people
Yeah,
about
it
my
depends on their values.
right.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of reasons why my ego wanted them to see me for longer so that they could tell a different story about me. I had to deal with the fact that I learned my lesson here and I know this isn't constructed to me anymore, but my ego has so many reasons why I want to stay and
Yeah.
prove a bunch of things to myself, to others. That's totally not the direction I really need to go on a soul level. It's an ego level. So yeah, that little nuance is, it's tricky, but it's really valuable to kind of deconstruct, and I encourage you
Big.
all listening to try that. Looking backwards, moving forwards, whatever's most helpful, because failing fast can save you some suffering. I can attest to that.
What a beautiful testimony. In the name
Mhm.
of Jesus Christ, amen, you might add.
Amen. I
Thank you
started
for
adding Jesus into my prayers in the morning just because you talk about Jesus so much.
that's
Like,
so cool.
Christ consciousness slaps. It's actually really powerful. Yeah, I love that you love Jesus this much. For another day is the Jesus pivot in the spiritual community.
Which is so funny because I've never really had a close relationship with Christ, but I do like, I like him as a figure. I've always been a God girl. I'm more of a, like, me and divine source, like OG
Yeah.
source, but I like when I think about Buddha and Christ and who they were, and I like I like what he did.
Christ consciousness slaps. It's a very cool energy to work with. Yeah.
Yes, I did a meditation the other day and they brought in the Christ energy. I was like, "Oh, this is kinda lit," but I just don't feel that inherently. Anyways, we could derail real quick on that, but thank you, peepees, for tuning in. We love you so much. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends, your family, your neurodivergents, and your neurotypicals. Leave a
Yay.
comment about what stood out to you, whether it's a failure for the week, how you just realized you're neurodivergent because the chicken wasn't just crossing the road, or your thoughts on our topic of failure. And yes, thank you
We love you
for
so
spending
much.
part of your day with us. We love
Yeah, and
you.
also subscribe to the pod. If you're listening,
Subscribe.
there's like 3 subscribers. You could subscribe. That'd be great.
We have
Just
more than 3 subscribers.
oh,
We
no,
have
there was
like
3 more.
we have like 15 or 16.
Alright, let's get to 50, gang. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Happy
Yay.
failure day, guys. We love
Happy
you.
happy failure day. Bye.
Bye.